Alrighty, welcome to 3-on-3 Cube Draft. It's myself, Tobias, and Falcon Eye battling against Talisker, Tally on Fire. Like I mentioned, Talisker really does like those spicy wing challenges. Mati and Janara. And I'm probably just going to first pick a little Ocarino. Ocarino of Time even. This is just not that good of a pack. Oko's better than Jace. There's also Thalia, Council's Judgment, Skyclave, and Mother of Runes. I could kind of go deep. First pick Thalia and try to wheel two of these white cards. But I think I'm just going to take the Oko. There's a lot of cards there that I wouldn't mind wheeling. Oh man, this is a good pack too. There's a Ragavan, Vamp, which is not, the pick's not going to be Vamp. Noble Hierarch and Time Twister. I think I'm just going to take Time Twister. I love Time Twister. It is passing a Ragavan. But after first picking Oko, taking Time Twister, and then maybe wheeling one of these mana dorks, I assume Ragavan, Vamp, Noble get picked, Probe, and then maybe World Spine or Karn or Turok, and maybe I get Elvish Mystic back. Alternatively, I could just take Ragavan. Maybe just draft Teamer. Teamer, good stuff. That is a good archetype. And I'm going to get back probably a green card out of the first pack I passed, most likely. This is tough. I love Time Twister, but you know what? I'm going to take Ragavan. I feel like the 6-player drafts, you're better off taking a little bit more of the fair cards. Not always true. You can still draft busted decks, but Ragavan is probably just a better early card than Time Twister anyway, and Time Twister is better in more broken decks. Like here, I'm probably going to take True Name. And like I said, just go, maybe blue-red splash Oko. Maybe I won't have the green one drops. Who knows? Third Path Iconoclast might come back. Uro. I mean, this pack has some decent cards, but nothing too insane. Oh, there's a Mox Diamond. This is the perfect Mox Diamond deck. All three of these cards are so good to Mox out. I do love Chain Lightning and Ketria Triumph too, and I don't think either is going to wheel. I think Currency Converter, Ketria Triumph, Chain Lightning, Lauren, and Shieldred's Edict are going to get taken, but I'm still taking a Mox Diamond here. Mox Diamond for a turn 2 True Name or turn 2 Oko, or even just turn 1 Dash Ragavan is just too good. Oh, and then there's Inti. I'm really glad I went this direction. I think Inti is amazing. I think this is actually a huge add to the cube and a card I'm really happy to take. Inti getting +1/+1 counters on True Name. Thank you. Inti is just an awesome card. So this is a very strong start for not having any like power, just like not having any like super busted cards. Having Ragavan as a premium threat, Inti as a premium threat, True Name as a premium threat, and then Oko is just a great card, threat and answer, with Mox as an accelerant. I like where we're going. All right, in this pack, I'm probably going to go ahead and take Fairy Mastermind. I think it fits perfectly in the blue-red tempo deck. Maybe I'll even get Dragon's Rage back. I'm not in a position to want to take Fallen Shinobi. Thundermaw, I think, is worse than taking a cheap card. And I do like Celestial Colonnade, but we're not going that direction either. All right, so someone did take Thalia, leaving Mother of Runes, Council's Judgment, and Skyclave. And I wouldn't be surprised if it was Mati, but he has drafted white a couple times. I think I might just take Grim Lavamancer, though. I think Grim's going to be really good in this deck. I don't think I want to take Exploration, because at this point, I'm looking like blue-red. Oh, none of the green dorks wheeled, so now I just take Gitaxian Probe. I think I feel okay passing Vamp, especially since there's a Turok too, and Git Probe looks really good in this deck. It's just great with Grim Lavamancer. It's great to flip off of Inti. Just it has like little micro synergies like that, which I think is pretty strong. And yeah, I think it's more likely Monty's playing white, but we'll see. We'll see. And this pack doesn't have anything I'm super interested in. I think I might just take Inferno Titan. There is a world where I play that. Probably don't really want to play it, but I'm not going to play any of these other cards. I don't think passing Oath is that big of a deal. The rest of these cards are all very narrow. So, oh, Chain Lightning wheeled. Ketria Triumph didn't, but you know what? I'm not even worried about that. So Shieldred Edict, so Basalt Monolith got taken. Interesting. So the only thing different is the Chain Lightning still there, and the Shieldred's Edict still there, and the Basalt is gone, and then there's one other card which presumably someone wanted for some reason. I think I'm going to take Selfless Spirit. Lion Sash I think is actually a decent amount worse, so I will hate that. And then I will take Dragon's Rage Channeler because this deck, I think very likely will want to play it. It actually makes Probe even better. It's another way to proc Channeler. Oh, and I'll take Figure now. This deck could also play Figure. Turnabout's not really a card here. All right. This is the kind of deck that if you open like a Mox Ruby or something can really pop off. But I'm pretty happy with how this is going either way. All right, next pack's about to start here. Let's see what we get, and a little bit of fast mana. Some blue counters would be nice, like Mana Leak or Remand would both be pretty sick. And yeah, there's a lot that could go to improve this deck. None of which are in this pack. This pack is really bad. I guess I take Trumpeting Carnosaur. It's a 3-mana deal 3, and then also you can just cast it for 6 mana and it's good. Also, discarding it does actually trigger Inti because you discarded a card. It's that or like Stern Scolding. We're not looking like... We have 4 red 1-drops. I don't think we're a City Traders deck so much. Yeah, this pack is horrendous. There's also Mishra's Bauble, but I think the Carnosaur is just the best card overall. Well, that was a beat. And the beats continue because this pack has a Shieldred and an Archon that I'm not in a position to take. I think I'm just going to take Taiga. I don't think Talisker is playing black because the Vamp Wield and passing Archon and Shieldred there seems kind of safe. I'm not going to play Birds. I'm not going to play Blood Tithe. Taiga will help me cast my Oko. I mean, I could just take Shieldred there and try to play it, but I don't really think I have a good reason to do that. So, all right. And also, I mean, it was first pick, so, Monty could have taken a power card, but passing the late Vamp seems like it worked out if Shieldred and Archon are getting passed back. That's not a certainty, but it's obviously a little bit of evidence pointing that direction. All right, well, now we have some cards, I guess. I'm going to take Force of Will here. This is the perfect Force of Will deck. I also would love to wheel Daze, though, but Force is stronger. Probe, kicking in there, too. We've got Probe, Oko, True Name, Fairy Mastermind are all decent cards to pitch to Force. And take that. Maybe if someone takes Counterspell over Daze, someone takes Intrepid, Palantir, Breeding Pool. Yeah, it's going to be tough to wheel the Daze, I think. I don't think I'm wheeling Daze or Breeding Pool, but we'll have to see. Oh, could it be? Could it finally be time? Am I actually going to slam the Feywild Caretaker? I think I am. So this is an aggressive deck, which makes the initiative better. It does cost 5, which I don't love, but I have a Mox. Maybe City of Traders comes back, though my pack is kind of weak. And I think Rampaging Raptor, Flame Tongue, Shieldbreaker are all cards that might wheel and are just less good for everyone else. Plus, I have Force of Will, so upping my blue card count is pretty good. So, all right. I will take that, and then I'll probably take Spire Bluff, though I could take Hex Drinker. I do want to splash green, and Hex Drinker is an awesome card. Though I do have lots of 1-drops already. Maybe I just take Spire Bluff to make my mana better. Maybe wheel Fiery Islet. That feels pretty good. This has been a pretty bad pack so far. Just bricking on the first 2 picks is unfortunate, but these next bunch of picks have been solid at least. I do love Ignoble Hierarch, but I think at this point I just took a blue-red fixing land. I think I just take Vendilion Click. Vendilion Click looks really great in this deck, so I'll take that over Treachery as well. And we're sticking with the blue-red tempo plan. The good news is Malcolm, Thirst, Stern Scolding all wheeled. I'm going to take the Malcolm just because 2-mana flyer. Also, when you discard a card, it triggers Inti. Just relevant to keep mentioning that. Feels like just upping the curve is good, or filling out the curve is good. What I really do need to find is another couple counterspells. Well, another couple is probably ambitious. If I end up with like Force of Will plus Mana Leak, I'll feel okay about it. And if I end up with Force of Will, Mana Leak, and Daze, then I'll feel really good. If that Daze wheels, this is like the perfect Daze deck. It's just the problem is Force is just a better Daze. So hopefully we can get that back and just get a little bit more disruption. Because when you lead with first of all, Ragavan into Force of Will is busted. But when you lead with a bunch of aggro cards and then have a counterspell, it's usually just game. All right, I'll take Stomping Ground here. And now, the Daze wheeled. Nice. I'm thinking with 2 red-green lands and a Mox, I'm not quite at the point where I'd play a green 1-drop, but I feel like my green fixing is already pretty locked up. I obviously would take more, but having 3 sources, and maybe I play 1 forest so I can get it when I take the initiative. That'd be enough for Oko for sure. A Volcanic Island would be really nice too. All the red cards came back. I think, given that there's multiple green and white drafters, I think I just take Flame Tongue. Flame Tongue I've found to be pretty good. So, all right. Well, this pack had a late rally, picking up Force Wheeling Days, getting 2 red-green lands. Yeah, getting Feywild Caretaker. I think this ended up okay. Obviously, still missing, any like big standout card, but I really like how this is looking. And then Fiery Islet Wheeling is nice. Now I've got 2 blue-red lands. I still don't have a blue-red duel, because it would be nice to be able to go Volcanic or Steam Vents into Ragavan and then Daze their turn 1 play. But I think getting 4 dual lands this pack also make me feel a lot better, because when you're trying to play Figure of Destiny, well, that's even the extreme end. I'm not sure if this one's making it in, but when you're trying to play red 1-drops, Vendilion Click, and True Name, maybe even Oko, like, you do need a decent amount of fixing. And this pack, we're going the other direction, so I'm not as worried about the hero. I guess I'll take the looting. No, I'll take the Wall of Roots. I think there's a decent chance Taliscar's playing green. I don't really want to play against Wall of Roots. Passing the late Vamp makes it less likely they're red-black Reanimator. I'll take Thirst. I'm not sure if I'm going to play it, but these other 2 cards are really not that exciting. We're doing great on playables here. I'm not worried about that. I guess I'll take Blood Tithe. Look, if you wanted Sai, you would have taken it the first 2 times you saw it, so I kind of feel like it's just not a card that's going to get played. Rabbit Battery I'm probably not going to play either. All right, let's go. Yeah, this is also disappointing. I could take Arid Mesa, which is a red-green land. I could take Snapcaster Mage. I only have 1 good spell to Snapcaster, though. I could take Jace, but that's similar to Snapcaster. I could take a Braid. I could take Trop as a blue-green land, and then I'll have a lot of fixing for green, but Noble and Ignoble Heretics are both gone, and Birds. Those are all the green cards I would be really interested in splashing. All right, well, I'm not loving this, of course. There's 5 cards here, and they're all about equal, which does mean I have a chance of getting one back, because if I take one, that leaves 4. I just need 2 people to take Asika's Chariot, Sacred Foundry, Virtue of Persistence, maybe an Eldrazi. And I'll get one of these back. I guess I'm just going to take... I'll just take a Braid. I don't know. Pretty weak, but that was just a bad pack. Well, the good news is this pack's worse. I don't think Ancient Tomb is very good in my deck is the problem, because it only helps casting Feywild Caretaker and Flame Tongue. And I guess Carnosaur and Thirst. It's that or take like a Bank Buster, which looks awful. Oh man, I've really been getting worked on these packs. It's really unfortunate. I mean, maybe I just take, I don't think just taking a random Lion's Eye Diamond is going to do much. I don't want Bonfire, Cauldron Complete. Metamorph looks... Metamorph's actually kind of interesting. Metamorph, I have True Name, Flame Tongue, and Feywild Caretaker, all pretty good to Metamorph. I guess Carnosaur is too, and hitting it off Carnosaur is decent. All right. I guess I'll take Metamorph over Ancient Tomb. I don't know. Okay, well, there's a Lightning Bolt. At least I get that. Lightning Bolt's great. I'm going to take that. Kind of makes me wish I took Snapcaster now. The problem is Snapcaster with 1 spell. If I didn't pick up another good burn spell, it would be a lot worse, but easy Lightning Bolt. Is there a chance Ragavan Triumph comes back? Probably not. And here we've got... Oh, I guess that's the last good 1-drop. But I still don't really want to take it here. I don't think I want Frantic Search. Name Sticker Goblin. I guess I have Carnosaur and maybe Inferno Titan to try to cast off that. It doesn't seem great to me. I mean, I could cast it and cast some of these 1-drops. I might just take Otawara. Otawara is pretty good. Yeah, I'll just do that. And then here, pick 5. I don't really have the ability to splash white, so I can't really take Teferi. I think I might just take Brainstorm here. Brainstorm has a couple things. It's like you pitch it to Force, you could shuffle off the Feywild Caretaker. It's decent with Inti, because you get to put the card on top, you know you can play this turn. I think Chandra's too expensive. We're not taking Kiki Jiki. I could take Sentinel of the Nameless City. I do have 3 green sources. I guess I didn't take that Trop. No, I'll just take the Brainstorm. It's fine. Now there's a Pestermite to go with Kiki, but I think I'll just take Magda. This is a pretty good Magda deck. I don't really need Lotus Petal. Passing a late Atali the same direction, the other direction from Archon, so I guess that worked out fine. All right, let's see what wheels. I'm going to be so mad if none of the cards I wanted to wheel. And I'm not getting a blue-red land. We already know that. I mean, I guess unless Ralgren Triumph wheels, which I don't think is going to happen. Okay. If Snapcaster wheeled, that would be the best. Oh, I guess I had Probe for Snapcaster too. I just picked up somehow, well, not somehow, I took this over Snapcaster, but also a Lightning Bolt and a Brainstorm. Picked up a lot of Snapcaster stuff. Not a single one of the cards I wanted wheeled. Someone took Arid Mesa, Snapcaster, Jace, and Tropical Island. Yeah, and then nobody wanted any of these cards. I thought at least like the Virtue or the Kozilek or the Chariot would go. Well, I guess I could take the Chariot. It's not crazy to consider. All right. And then this pack had nothing before, still does. I'm going to take Bonfire now because I have Brainstorm. So I think, and might have multiple green and or white opponents. Kiki got taken. Exarch's still there, but I think maybe I take Goldspan. I kind of wish I took the Ancient Tomb now. The Metamorph actually still looks pretty good in this deck, but Ancient Tomb would have been nice. I don't think I want Dire Fleet Daredevil. And now I actually will take Namesticker Goblin because I picked up a Goldspan. It's actually not the worst with a Bonfire either. All right. And I don't think I need Cast into the Fire. So, oh, the Kiki was in the other pack. Wait, am I losing it? I guess it's just, I got the order wrong there. Do I want the Kiki now? Not really. Do I want Chandra? This actually is not the worst Chandra deck in the world. I turned into like an awesome Ancient Tomb deck somehow. Yeah, I guess I'll take that. And then there's the Pestermite. Will I play Manamorphose? I think I could play Manamorphose. Actually, it's not bad with a Namesticker Goblin either. I'll pass Kiki Pestermite. I just don't think anyone's playing those. Also, I just don't love those cards, that combo very much. Figure of Destiny is probably ambitious. I could probably cut that. I think I'm going to main deck the Flame Tongue, but not the Bonfire. I'll take a land there. I'm not playing Beaumont Courier in this deck, I don't think. And the rest is there. So I kind of feel like we ran a little bad, opened a bunch of bad packs, got past a bunch of medium packs, but I mean, nothing wheeling. That's just like the table was drafting a similar decks. That's all fine. But I feel like we ran a little below expectation on some of the packs, but I actually don't mind the deck. I think the deck ended up pretty good. All right, so this is 3 cards over. I think what I might end up doing is cutting the Namesticker Goblin, cutting the Manamorphose, cutting the Chariot. I'll just play Oko off of 2 red-green lands, a Mox, and then a couple various treasures. I want 17 lands. Actually, since we'll take a look at my teammates' decks in a second. Falconized Artifact combo, and Zurg is luckily the white weenie player, which is excellent. Zurg / Tobias ended up getting all the white weenie cards that we saw, or most of them. So that is good. What that does mean, though, is I think I want Bonfire in my deck, because that means at least 2 of them, maybe 3 of them are playing green. So I think that Bonfire is good. I'll take a look at my mana base. I don't think Figure of Destiny is going to be good enough, is my guess. But if I want the Bonfire, I got to make a cut, because I don't want to run 16 lands here. Feels like I've got a lot of action. The high-end stuff is so good. Also, the Ancient Tomb and City of Traders both ended up in Zurg's deck, and after he first picked White Plume Adventure, so that worked out kind of nicely. I maybe could cut Malcolm. Malcolm is just okay. Dragon's Rage Channel. Let's see. I have 1 artifact, 1, 2 sorceries, 3 sorceries, 2 artifacts with Metamorph, 1 Planeswalker, 1, 2, 3 instants. Let's just cut Dragon's Rage. Dragon's Rage has been generally pretty bad for me. All right. I like this. I'm going to go Tempest Lands today. I think that's what I'm feeling. No forests needed. This Inferno Titan might come in. Post board, if I bring in the Inferno Titan, we're bringing in the Name Sticker Goblin as well. Okay, so this leads 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 blue plus Mox, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 red. I should probably go the other direction. All right. And then put these in the sideboard, and we are ready to roll. Let's take a look at my teammates' decks. So Falcon Eye's got Mox Jet, Mox Opal, Mishra's Workshop, but no Academy, sadly. Urza, Displacer Kitten, Paradox Engine is cutting the Lightning Greaves. Don't worry, for an Agatha's Soul Cauldron that's chilling in the sideboard down here. But Lightning Greaves is too bad. Not on my watch. Zerda, Basalt Monolith, Fourth Ear Lingus, Itali, Triplicate Titan, Flash. I like it. Zurg is mono white with 1 Vampiric Tutor off Godless Shrine, Lotus Petal, and a couple Swamps and a Star. Also for the Lingering Souls flashback with White Plume Adventure, Thalia, Mana Crypt, all the Soul Lands, Emperor, Solitude, Parallax Wave, a bunch of good 1-drops. I mean, Get Lost. Yeah, this is a very solid white weenie deck. And let's get into round 1, see how these all do. All right, battling against Janara round 1. On the draw here, but an excellent hand nonetheless. 2 bolts into a Magda, which is hopefully going to get the blue sources we're looking for. I like it. Untapped Watery Grave. Okay. That's a shame because this hand gets a lot worse without Magda. On the other hand, if I draw an island and can cast a Fairy Mastermind, then that's not so bad. Oh, he takes the Fairy Mastermind. Interesting. Must have a way to kill Magda, I would imagine. I'm just going to cast the Magda here because Janara knows that's coming. Okay, I see. Stern Scolding makes sense. And then next turn I'll have Ragavan dashed here. And hope that's good. A good hit. Kind of feels like it's not going to be. Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, this is a trouncing. Thoughtseize, Stern Scolding, Snapcasters just demolish my first bunch of plays. And we're playing against like blue-black splash. I'm not going to kill that here. I'm just going to wait. I feel like with clones to clone Snapcaster, like I had the Metamorph, maybe I wanted to wait. And then now that I've drawn Flame Tongue, I'm certainly going to just wait to try to play Flame Tongue on 4 mana here. I'm just going to wait on Bonfire, which is unfortunate because now he knows I have Bonfire, but I just don't see a reason to play it. I'll take a little bit more damage. It'd be sick if I got Fallen Shinobi, but it hasn't happened yet. All right. And go to 14. Presumably going to play something at some point. Dread Whispers. That's Mosswood Dread Knight. And then cast the Mosswood Dread Knight. And you have until the end of your next turn if you cast in as an adventure. I'm just going to abrade it, I think. I want to keep my bolts to go face, I think, and I want to set up a Flame Tongue here, and then maybe at some point Bonfire, but okay, so you have until the end of your next turn. There's Island, so let's go Flame Tongue, Kavu. Kind of expect this to get countered, yeah. Janara has had everything the whole game, so I kind of expect that to continue. So you can cast Dread Whispers, go to 14, and then now I'm probably going to Bonfire here if I draw a land. And if I don't, maybe I have something interesting to play. All right, Bonfire you for 2. Let's put you at 12. All right. Look, when you play against Soul-type perfect draws, then you're going to lose. I mean, the Thoughtseize into just having a 1 or 2 minute answer for every single card I've played. Literally every single card I've played, except for a Lone Abrade has gotten countered. Countered or discarded, I suppose. The good news is this kind of deck, I generally think that the deck I have is good against that kind of deck. So what I'm going to need to do is side out Bonfire, probably side out Flame Tongue, and then side in just more 1-drops. Side in Dragon's Rage Channel, or maybe even Figure of Destiny. Time Twister into Thoughtseize. Sure. I mean, I kind of feel like my win percentage may have gone up here, but I do feel like I'm pretty dead either way. Let's probe to see if I can cast Goldspan Dragon. You're going to have Counterspell in hand, I'm sure. Remand, Soul Ring, Jace. Cool. What do I do? I guess I Brainstorm because I can't cast Dragon into Remand. That would obviously not make sense. Okay, let's put back Goldspan on top. And Magda. Chain Lightning this thing. And then play Grim Lavamancer. And I'm pretty much dead, but you know, I gotta try. Remand the Chain Lightning. That's interesting. I guess I will Chain Lightning again, though. I don't think I can afford to play Grim there. I mean, I'm actually just dead here. Oh, who am I kidding? All right. Yeah, I mean, that was just got rolled completely here. Let's put in Figure and Dragon's Rage Channeler and take out Bonfire. I think I want to take out Flame Tongue. I'm just going to go low curve as possible. 1, 2, 3, 11 red sources. Yeah, that's, I think, enough for Figure. I could put in Rabbit Battery, but that's a little weaker. What I'm going to do is maybe put in a mountain over an island, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 blue is still probably plenty. And I kind of want to put in a Thirst as a way to play a card end of turn. Just pass with mana up. I kind of like that. This actually makes me not want to play Goldspan against Remand and Counterspell. So yeah, we'll just lower the curve as much as possible, and I think that'll be my strategy for this game. I'm still going to lose to Thoughtseize into Scolding into Snapcaster or whatever, but, you know, I'll try my best. And here we go. Now I'm going to go turn 1 Inti. I could play turn 1 Figure, turn 2 Inti, and then the Mox Diamond triggers off Inti, but I feel like that's not a good play. Let's discard Otawara, play Inti. Against a Thoughtseize deck and a Counterspell deck, I'm just going to get Inti into play on turn 1 because Inti is just going to do so much work. All right, so let's attack with Inti first. And I'm going to discard one of my 1-drops. I think I discard Figure. I actually feel like with Inti going, Figure has a pretty good chance of getting big. Or Dragon's Rage has. Unfortunately, I can't play the Mountain because I need to get blue mana. All right, well, this was my version of the perfect draw. So, you know, I guess you get to take turns here because now I'm going to Oko, make this food token into a 3/3. Go to attack here. And I assume Inti's going to die. Oh, no. All right. And I'm going to discard a Braid and put a counter on the food token. I feel like the food token, Inti's already like my best creature, so I'd rather not give Janara more points for killing Inti. I'm going to Remand or Stern Scolding my Grim, sure. All right, in that case, I'll play Dragon's Rage Channeler. I feel like if Janara had a Toxic Deluge coming, then Stern Scolding on the Grim wouldn't have happened. All right, well, that was a beating. That was a beating and a half. All right. No, I don't think I want to sideboard. I think I already did, so I think we're good. The only question actually is, do I want Asika's Chariot? No, I think that's like kind of the same thing as Goldspan, in which case I'd rather just have the Goldspan. Actually, I want to put in Goldspan again. On the draw, I think Goldspan might be a little better than Grim. It's close. I just feel like I'm less likely to come out and have a high pressure draw on the draw, so I think I might need one more like kind of powerful card to play. We'll see if this ends up being bad or not. All right, well, that was a good Mox Diamond draw, I will tell you that. Let's see how this game goes. Hoping for a little turn 1 Ragavan action. I will keep this hand. I don't really like it, but this hand's good against early disruption at least. All right, well, turn on Soul Ring's annoying, but I didn't side out a Braid. I would have sided out a Braid if I hadn't seen Soul Ring, honestly. I haven't seen much. So let's hope Janara doesn't use it on turn 2 for anything too big, too good. What is this? Okay, Tenacious Underdog. I can live with that. Island, destroy target artifact. Tenacious Underdog, leave up Stern Scolding. Fine with me, because now you're gonna leave up mana, and I'm gonna cast End of Turn Thirst, which I like. Okay, I'm actually pretty happy with the Goldspan here. I think I'm gonna play the Mountain because I can discard Island and still have double blue thanks to Otawara. I'm getting strong Stern Scolding vibes, which unfortunately counters Metamorph, but luckily doesn't counter any of these. I'm just pretending like I have something. Let's go to 14 here. Take a few hits off this. This and the Underdog and the Mosswood Dreadnought are both pretty good against removal. All right, no land. Okay, basic land, discard island, draw another cheap creature. No. All right, let's just play an island and pass. And I'm gonna go end of turn Fairy Mastermind, and hopefully that gets countered. Don't draw blue. Don't draw blue. Okay, I'll go to 11 here. I'm okay with that. And crack that. I don't think I want to respond here. I don't care if the Fairy Mastermind gets countered. Talisman of Dominance. Okay. Interesting. Interesting play. I think I'm going to Otawara the Talisman, because that means I can resolve something here. And I think what I'm going to resolve is the Goldspan. Oh, definitely resolving the Goldspan. So I'm at 11. I think I'd rather discard Fiery Islet, because what I'm going to do here, play the Mox. I guess I have the days, so it doesn't matter, but whatever. Goldspan. Really hope I don't get snuff outed. All right, attack with Goldspan, and then post-combat, I'm just going to play another Goldspan. I think that is worth doing here. And then pass the turn. And now, got to have something pretty good here. I mean, obviously a Toxic Deluge would be really bad for me, but what am I going to do? Okay, let's hope that's not it. Damn, killing one of the Goldspans. Okay, yeah, that's totally fine, because now I get to go to 6. Don't care too much about that. Oh, Daze is actually a pretty nice draw too. I just feel it's going to be good this game. Attack, make another treasure. And I've got to decide how many treasures do I want to use here. I have 4, 5, 6, 10 mana. I guess I just won't. I'll start by not using any treasures. And then if the Goldspan dies, I can use the treasures in response to activate Fairy Mastermind, which I think is what I'm likely to do here. I think I get a Mountain, though. I do have Figure of Destiny in my deck. And I'll play the Mountain, and I will pass the turn. I don't think I need to play anything. And I get a 1/1. And now we're looking good. You're going to Fatal Push my 1/1. Sure. I don't think I need to daze that. Oh, actually, I should have played the Fairy Mastermind when Janara's tapped out. That I actually think was an error, but we'll see. Treachery? No, I'm gonna daze that. Sorry. And that is basically game. I actually think it's literally game, because I'm gonna go Fairy Mastermind end of turn, and then I'm going to get to Forge off of the Undercity, and that's 8 points in the air. I don't even need to do anything else here. I could activate Fairy Mastermind, but I don't think it's worth it. And whew, I will say that siding in Thirst for Discovery, actually bring the Goldspan in for game 3 was smart. Maybe I shouldn't have taken it out, I don't know. But siding in Thirst and going for a slightly longer game did work out pretty nicely this game. I bet Janara had Stern Scolding in hand, had Fatal Push in hand, had Dam in hand, and I just didn't play that kind of game, which part of that was how the game played out. It's not just that I changed my deck so much, but having the possibility of that game worked out really nicely, and kind of got to juke Janara a little bit there. Janara's got his own YouTube channel too, by the way. It's Janara19. So if you want to see the game from the other perspective, I bet he's recording it, and you can check it out. You can, just like I was ranting about how unlucky I got in game 1 when we just answered every card I played, he could say the same in game 2 when I had turn 1 Inti, turn 2 Oko on the play. But yeah, we'll see. And 1-0 here. Let's get to round 2. Alrighty, time for round 2. Playing against Talisker, who's on blue-green with Ancestral Recall, bunch of mana dorks. Kind of feel like I should just mulligan this hand. No 1-drop, no 2-drop. I don't even have a turn 3 play. Yeah, like that one's not close. This one I guess I have to keep. And what do I put back? It's going to be Force of Will or Metamorph. Honestly, I think I just have to put back Force of Will. I'm on a mulligan. I just can't really afford Force of Will, unfortunately. So really don't love this hand. That last hand would have been perfect if one of those lands was a Mox Diamond, but the way it was not good. And now, I mean, I have a Bolt for the bird. If I can draw a blue, I wouldn't mind that, because then I could cast Brainstorm. But if Talisker's first play is bird into Grim, might have another mana dork. Would be really nice to draw blue this turn. Though if he plays like a Sylvan Caryatid, I guess I'll Metamorph it. That one's fine too. Oh. All right, action. Couldn't even draw blue, huh? Blue lands or red cards are both good. Red lands are just completely dead. I don't think I'm going to Metamorph the Mind Stone. As bad as it is to do nothing, I don't think that's a good play. This Talisker has just a variety of creatures that you could play that would be a lot better to do that too. Okay. Action. I guess I'll pass. Well, this is really been an impressive draw. I've cast a Lightning Bolt and a Grim that doesn't do anything. And then now the Delighted Halfling is going to be used to cast a Finale for 4? What is this? I guess maybe I can copy this. I mean, I can copy this. Undermount Adventure. Okay. Well, if I copy that, I at least get a blue source. All right. I mean, I'm glad I held on to the Metamorph. So let's go Metamorph. Copy Undermount Adventure. And now I am the one with the initiative. Get an island. Play island. I'm just going to pass the turn here. I could kill the Delighted Halfling with Grim, but I would like to wait because Talisker's on a lot of mana. This taps for 2. I don't think it's as important to kill the Delighted Halfling as it is to maybe leave up Grim for something else. Pest Infestation X equals 2. I guess I'll Brainstorm, because if I draw Force of Will, that's pretty good. Okay. Well, that's cool. Am I dead? I mean, yeah, I am dead. I could cast True Name off Odawara next turn. Well, let's try. I assume I'm dead here. But I suppose it's not 100%. What I'm going to do is I'm going to block here. And then to keep the initiative, because I need to scry 2. And I'm going to Grim the Delighted Halfling. Okay. And then on my turn, I'm going to Scry 2 lands to the bottom. Oh. All right. That's enough. I do like Bonfire. I actually do think I want Inferno Titan in. And at that point, maybe, I don't know about Chandra, but Namesticker Goblin looks good enough. I think Metamorph's still good enough despite the Pest Infestation. Same with Mox Diamond. I don't have any other artifacts, so I'm not too worried about that. A Braid seems okay. I like the Grim a lot. Malcolm maybe I can cut just because I need to cut a couple things. What else? Maybe I cut Fairy Mastermind as well. No, he's got Ancestral. It's also good at fighting the initiative. I guess the same's true of Malcolm, but I do need to cut something. I don't want to cut Goldspan. Definitely don't want to cut Flame Tongue. Vendilion Click I think is still reasonable, though it has to be something. Maybe I do cut a Braid. A 2-mana removal is not that good. I got the 1-mana removal. We'll try that. All right. Well, it's the second match. We got completely rinsed in round 1, though. Or game 1. Let's see if we can avoid that. Well, I'm definitely going to keep this hand. This hand at least has both colors, and I get to bolt your turn 1 play into Fairy Mastermind, plus maybe daze a turn 2 play. We'll see. I kind of don't want to daze. Well, I guess what I get to do is keep up mana and then daze if Talisker taps out for something, and bolt and a Fairy Mastermind otherwise. All right, I'm going to bolt that now. Yeah, especially with Feywild Caretaker in hand, I really don't want to return an island, so I will probably cast Daze here if I have an opportunity to. Talisker rolled a 6, by the way, and I'm definitely going to Daze this play. Okay. And then on my next turn, I'll be casting Fairy Mastermind unless something else comes up. Well, so Goldspan's not the best. Another 5-drop isn't ideal, but I do get to go Fairy Mastermind into activate Fairy Mastermind on Talisker's next turn, which should get me to 5, and then I can start playing these good 5s. So I'll hope that's the case. Well, I guess I'll respond here. That worked out kind of nicely. I mean, as nice as it can be given that my opponent cast Ancestral Recall. Oh my god. Bonfire, why? All right, no play there? All right, I like that. All right, well, I didn't have a play this turn, but at the very least, I'm going to get to match Talisker's 4 with my 5. So I don't mind that too much. Manglehorn? That's a weak play. All right, I'll use the Fairy Mastermind. Draw, play Fiery Islet, and in here I'm just going to play Goldspan. I think it's way better to do this than Feywild. And I think post-combat... Oh, I guess I can't even play the Magda because of Manglehorn. I forgot about that. But I think that it's a lot safer to do it this way. Okay. Yeah, that's not a big deal. We basically have won already because now... Otawara, the Gargaroth... And I don't think I need to Chain Lightning the Manglehorn. I can't currently cast Feywild Caretaker off treasures, but because of the Manglehorn, but I think I'll just cast Magda here. And then next turn, Chain Lightning plus Bonfire will do the trick. Oh, I was watching Falcon Eye's game, I forgot. This doesn't look good for Falcon Eye. I want to watch at least one of Falcon Eye's matches because he's got a sweet deck. Or one of his games. And here... Bonfire you, yeah, so let's go. Well, how much do we have to worry about? Force of Will, probably not that much. Or Force of Negation. I know I have the Force of Will, so that's not the issue. Chain Lightning you, Bonfire for 2, and if that gets forced, then I still have moves. I can play Flame Tongue, kill the Gargaroth. Well, deal 4 to the Gargaroth, attack with both. And that does something too. But, okay. Okay, no Force of Negation. And, Yeah, I'm glad I don't have very many artifacts. I'm still going to keep the Mox Diamond, even in the face of the Manglehorn. I just feel like it's too good when it works. Do I want an Abrade or Dragon's Rage or Chandra? No, I don't think so. I think we are good to go. All right, on the draw here. Let's see if we can get a nice fast one here. All right, well, I mean, this is exactly what I want. Talisker has a 1-drop on turn 1. Probably too much to ask for that not to be the case. Okay, and I'm going to lead on Spire Bluff, Ragavan. I mean, Ragavan into Magda, into True Name, into Metamorph True Name is just a fantastic start. So I'm pretty happy with this. Obviously, Ancestral into Birds or Birds into Ancestral is also a really good start. Oh my god. Oh, Talisker might be outdoing me here. Ragavan isn't doing anything, so I'm going to trade it for this Llanowar Elves. Oh, for the Delighted Halfling. Interesting. All right, we'll play Magda here. I do think that my draw can still potentially beat what Talisker's got, but turn 1 Trop, Birds, turn 2 Ancestral, 2 1-drops is just an obscene opening start. Let's see if we can how we can compete. Uro, I mean, Uro's good, but as of right now, I'm going to get to attack with Magda. No, I guess Talisker's got something here. No, that actually doesn't stop the Magda attack. Okay. I do like that. I get my treasure. And then I'm going to go Otawara into True Name Nemesis. All right, this is going to be a close one. Talisker has 4 cards in graveyard. Can't quite bring back Uro. I would like, if I get to daze, I can't daze something this turn. But that's unfortunate. You can't bring back Uro, though. You don't have enough cards in your graveyard. Let's do something else. Oh, this is a finale, probably. Oh, Upheaval already. Okay, turn 4 Upheaval. Sure. Yeah, I guess I'm going to lose. Yeah, I don't have anything to spend the mana on because now Talisker goes land. What a draw. Wow. What a beat. Yeah, I'm basically 0% now. If I draw a Mox Diamond this turn, I guess I could conceive of a way to come back through this, but I don't think this is going to happen. Because now I'm discarding Inferno Titan and Daze. These are just not going to be cards I'm going to get to cast here. And now you can bring back Uro. And, well, my deck is solid. I'm not going to beat literal perfect draws. That is not going to happen. Like, if I had a Mox Diamond and maybe got to, like, go Magda into True Name or something, or Oko make Uro into a mindless dork, that's something. But, yeah, we're done. Wow, what a draw. All right, 1-1 going into round 3. All right, so I'm 1-1, Falcon has 0-1, and Zorg's 1-0. So we're tied 2-2. High leverage match here. Playing against Mati, who's on like white, red, black, like white, black, splash red and blue. Basically white, black aggro, I think is like the kind of like the way you describe it. Who's mulliganing, and my hand is great. Turn 1 Bolt, turn 2 Inti. If I draw a blue card, I've got Force up. And if I get some time, Bonfire could do something. Bonfire. If I had drawn Bonfire turn 3 against Talisker, that would have been something. Kill 3 dorks or whatever. But all right, getting Cauldron complete, and I'm gonna bolt the Stoneforge into Inti. Haven't drawn that blue card yet. I don't love that because I would like to get an Inti hit in if possible. I'm not sure how likely that is. Lion Sash. I'm glad I hated Lion Sash. Ooh, Brainstorm. Oh man, Brainstorm Inti's good, but here's the reason I'm not going to go for it this turn. There's kind of two. There's one is I could force it. That's a smaller reason. The other is I have a Bonfire, and setting up Brainstorm Bonfire seems pretty good. So let's just attack. Let's discard, I think, Fiery Islet. And let's not hit something expensive. All right, we just hit an island. Perfect. So Inti worked anyway. Oh, I could also just bonfire the... Yeah, actually, let's just do that. Now that I think about it, I'm just going to bonfire the Lion Sash. That would be a 3/3 next turn. No real reason to mess with that. Skyclave Apparition. I'm going to force that. I think Inti is too good for me to want to give it up. Ooh, Probe. Nice. All right, let's Probe. Oh, and I get... So this is actually really interesting. So hand is Currency Converter cast into the Fire Cauldron. Wow, the One Ring is good. The rest of these cards are just pretty... I mean, not that they're bad cards. They're just not very good right now. So I could play Mox, discard Otawara, and Inti would proc, but I don't think that that's very good. I think what I'm going to do, just attack with Inti and discard the Mox, especially with Cast into the Fire being one of the cards in Mati's hand. What did I remove? Oh, Mountain. Perfect. All right. Play a Mountain. Pass the turn. This is until your next end step. Drew the land, so it gets to play the One Ring. Yeah, that's fine. And pass the turn. I could Otawara the One Ring. That doesn't really seem like it's going to be a very good play to make, so let's just not do it. Oh, I could Metamorph the One Ring. I like that. I think I'll do it such that I don't take damage. And that's a swamp, not a mountain, by the way. Cast into the Fire can't be cast yet. Okay. Do I have protection from everything? I don't even know, honestly. I did cast it. All right. I am going to attack, and well, do I want to discard? I think I do. Getting an extra +1/+1 counter is worth it. I'm probably not. I know I'm not doing damage here. And exile the Chain Lightning. Yeah, I would have liked to keep that one. That's fine. I'll keep the land in hand because I might want to play Otawara. Or discard Otawara, rather. All right. Shame to exile Chain Lightning. I figure with the One Ring, I'll have enough action. I guess if Mati has drawn a red source and can kill the One Ring, then discarding there is not good. Maybe I shouldn't have discarded. The extra counter on Inti is not nothing, though. Inti is just a messed up card. Like, look at how good this is. Like, it's already a 5/5, has let me filter some stuff. Oh, that's not an answer to... All right, there's a Cauldron Complete. Wow, not an answer to the One Ring or to Inti? That's astounding. All right, I'm going to tap the One Ring again, I guess. Okay, I'm going to play Goldspan here. Ended up having to play the Otawara. So it really didn't work out to discard the Mountain. You got to have something here. No? Okay. We take those. Oh, hi, Jules. Good girl. Inferno Titan, Chandra. I want some of those things. Bonfire. He's kind of had like kind of chunky creatures. This is kind of interesting. I don't actually know what I want to bring in here because he didn't have like an incredible amount of creatures. I think Bonfire's fine. I think I can again take out Malcolm and put in Inferno Titan. I definitely want to Braid still in and put in Namesticker Goblin. I think with these these 4 big red cards, Namesticker's good, and even just accelerating out Flame Tongue can be good. I think Grim is okay. I think Fairy Mastermind is actually fine too. I don't really want to take out Vendilion Click. Maybe I just swap out Bonfire for Inferno Titan. Maybe I'll just do it that way. I don't know though. That's kind of close. All right, on the draw here. Let's see if I can get a little Mox Diamond opener. I guess that would be ideal. And all right, well, this hand does have the Namesticker Goblin Inferno Titan line. It's kind of interesting. So I could play this on 3 and then just hope to hit the 6. Or I could probably play it on 4 mana, and that's like a little bit more reasonable. All right, let's see what we can probe into here. Taxian Probe showing Collective Brutality. That's not a very good one. Oh, this hand is not that good because right now we're facing down. I guess the Brutality is going to take the days, so it's kind of annoying I drew the days this turn, but that's okay. Monty might also wait. I have a lot of creatures. Might wait to try to get an Inti or something. Nope. Okay, Swamp and Brutality down. All right, Mox Diamond, Mox Diamond, Mox Diamond. That is a treat. And I'm going to discard and I'm going to play True Name. And yeah, I'm going to get my Mox Diamond Skyclaved here, but I got to slam True Name, and now any blue lets me follow it up with Vendilion Click. The mountain wasn't helping me cast Vendilion Click anyway, so it's not even like throwing away the mountain was too costly. Mati is going to play plain Skyclave this turn, I would imagine. But if I just draw Island and then I have Vendilion Click up, I'll be winning pretty easily. Even if I don't, it's possible True Name just solos here. So let's get Skyclave. That's fine. I basically like Lotus Petaled. Oh, well, so that's actually not that bad either because now I have something to do with the Vendilion Click. All right, he's got an Oliphant and another Swamp in hand. Okay. Like if this is a Stoneforge, I'm probably going to have to counter it. Clearly, if it's a Shieldred's Edict, I'll counter it. Okay, blue source would have been better. Staff of the Storyteller, that's fine. You get to draw one card, and then maybe if you find more tokens, you can draw more cards. The Hallowed Fountain tapped. All right. Blue, 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 blue. The question is, if I draw red, or just a mountain, what do I do? I probably just play the Goblin and hope. Okay, well, I guess I can pitch that to Force of Will, keeping the Vendilion Click, but I need to draw something here. Either a blue source or a card I can cast would be pretty nice. I'm falling behind. I did turn 2 the True Name, and that part is nice. I'm probably going to have to Force of Will whatever this thing is. Yeah, I'm going to Force of Will to Fairy because that also makes my Force of Will dead. So I'll go ahead and do that. And that leaves Mati with a Stoneforge Mystic that's going to get Cauldron complete. Okay, so if I draw a Burn Spell this turn, I can kill the Stoneforge. It's not even that great because this Cauldron Complete can just be hard cast in a few turns, but it's something. Or I can draw blue and Vendilion Click it. That would have been awesome too. I'm just going to play Name Sticker Goblin next turn. I just have to. And I just needed to draw that blue to Vendilion Click the Cauldron Complete right now. And instead, I'm going to get hit for 8 down to 4 and then try to play Inferno Titan. And I don't think keeping True Name back really... I guess it would stop the Skyclave from attacking me, but I don't know. I'm pretty dead here. Yep, in comes Cauldron. I mean, if the Name Sticker Goblin hits a 7 through 20, so 75% about, then I guess 70%, and then I play Inferno Titan, it's really not the end of the world. I guess I get to go kill Skyclave and Spirit. I'm at 4 block. Attack you down to 8. Yeah. Or maybe block, take 3. Yeah, no, I think I can still win. Oh, I guess the Celestial Colonnade probably kills me at that point. Yeah, I guess so. I think what killed me was drawing 4 non-land, non-castable spells in a row, but you know. Okay, well, Duress is a whiff. That's fine. Actually, I'm gonna chump. Actually, I think that's better. Go to 7. Go to 6, actually. Maybe I should have kept true name back. Yeah, that actually would have been better. Because if I keep true name back, then they can't attack with the Skyclave. And I guess I'm still at 6. I don't know. Let's see how this goes. Name sticker goblin. Okay, well I hit to play Inferno Titan. And then kill those two. And pass. And now see how then Mati can attack. First strike, haste. Oh, hit snuff out. Okay. Yeah, all right. Go into game 3. Yeah, I feel good about not having Bonfire. Kind of annoyed that I got my one spell I drew, Collective Brutality, but so it goes. All right, I'm ready to battle, I suppose. Let's get to game 3. All right, I'm on the play. Let's go. I got to keep this hand. I'm going to go Mountain Go. I'm going to play a turn 2 Magda, and if the Magda works, then I feel like I'm in pretty good shape. If the Magda does not work, well, I'm at the mercy of my draws, which honestly this particular draft haven't really worked out great. Yeah, just draw Noko, why not? What I'm hoping is that Mati plays a creature like Stoneforge that he doesn't want to block with, so I can attack and then cast Flame Tongue on it post-combat. Alternatively, if I draw a blue source, I could slam an Oko. So I really would like to draw blue. All right, blue is great. And if he could have killed Magda, I feel like he already would have. I'm playing counterspells in my deck. Really? That's such a weird play to make, but okay. I guess I'll pass. So here I'm playing the kind of controlling role. I'm hoping to see a Flame Tongue target this turn, and drawing that blue was pretty good, because now at least I'm on the way towards casting things. Okay. Hit my two red cards. All right. I guess that's fine. Flame Tongue was the one card I really didn't want to get hit, but like I said, things just really haven't been smooth this particular draft. I don't really have much I can draw here besides like a gold span that will really... Oh my god, Monty's just on 17 spells here. Currently on black, white, black, red, and red. So that's red. So Turok can't be kicked. Can't cast Scott. I'm just not going to take any of it, because currently Monty can't cast a single spell that isn't one of the 2 removal spells to kill Vendilion Click. So I'm just going to let it be for now. And yeah, that's fine. All right, so Monty needs a black or a white or a blue mana to cast spells. I'm going to play all my cards to make him to Turok worse. And I'm just going to hope to draw a bunch of action and hope Monty draws some more mountains. Probably going to immediately draw plains. Oh, a blue-white land that's tapped. Okay. I guess I just pass. The reason that I'm passing here is Grim counters both Skyclave and Turok to some degree. I drew, unfortunately, not even a bolt that could hit a player or a planeswalker, so now I'm going to get swords into Teferi, I guess. The good thing is Turok is not going to be live for that much longer. It would be really nice to... Yeah, there's the swords. I'm going to nug you for 2 because I don't really have a reason not to. In fact, you might have animates. I know I don't. All right. All right, don't draw a swamp this turn, please. Okay. Teferi I can live with, I suppose. All right. Yeah, I guess I Chain Lightning the Teferi because I don't have anything else to do. Monty actually tapped wrong and didn't leave up Chain Lightning reverb. Funny. All right. Not swamp. Not swamp would be really nice. Plains is okay, I think. Oh, is this Colonnade? Sure, Colonnade Bashing is fine. All right, Goldspan Dragon. Goldspan Dragon would be so unbelievably good here. Ragavan's not bad either, actually. Because now I'm going to Ragavan. I'm going to dash. I'm just going to attack Mati here. I'm not going to attack Teferi. Because I want to get a treasure. Oh, had Snuff out? Or Dismember? Sure. Alright, I'll pass. They have Turok and Skyclave in hand. Oh man, this has been a painful game. Okay, Goldspan would still be amazing here. Okay, doesn't attack with Colonnade. Interesting. Fiery Islet. Yeah, I'm gonna draw. I just need... Alright, there's my green source for Oko. I'm ready to get Turoked. Also, if Monty drew a card that he could cast here, that would be pretty bad for me. Or maybe it's a cycling Savai Triumph. Maybe that's not the end of... No, but you would just play the Savai Triumph. That doesn't make any sense. Because you'd be able to cast Turok next turn. Lion Sash. Okay. Lion Sash I can just kill, so I don't mind that. Oh, there's my Goldspan. I am too worried about a removal spell for me to Goldspan here, I think. I think I'm just gonna... Oh, interesting. That was the card we drew. Okay. That's what you left mana up for. I'm gonna play Oko. I'm just so dead though. Because Lion Sash has 1, 2, 3, 4 things. It can be at... Oh my god, big enough. I guess I'm just gonna Elk the Lion Sash. Because Oko's dead a million different ways, and I think that that's better. I mean, I get colonnaded here for 1,000,000 damage. I can play Goldspan. I guess if I draw another piece of action... Goldspan didn't attack. Huh. Oh, you're going to bounce Spellqueller because Teferi. Because with Teferi out, I can't play the Spellquellered card. I'm at 17. All right, in comes the One Ring. That's what you drew? Okay. Well, this leaves me a slight, very slight opportunity here. If I draw... No, I'm so dead. I could Goldspan, attack Teferi, and I'd be down by so much. All right, well, I just got mauled. Yeah, this is a frustrating draft. It feels like this deck is totally fine. It's not like an amazing deck, but this deck's totally fine. I just I had a Mox and 2 duels for blue-red, and I just completely struggled to I had a game where, the game where in this match where I cast turn 2 True Name and just cast 0 spells since then. Or just games where I was just like Talisker had played 4 1-mana spells in the first 2 turns of the game. Yeah. So that's the sort of stuff that I am going to lose to if I had if I had a Fury instead of a Bonfire, if I had maybe another Mox of my own, or I don't know. My draws didn't line up very well. Mati's deck was good against me, had a ton of removal spells, but I had some good ways around that. True Name was amazing against him. I think I would have been able to win game 2 pretty easily if I just drawn an island immediately, or maybe 2 turns later instead of 5 turns later. And then, against Talisker, that draw was just not remotely close to beatable. So, 1-2. I'm going to go cheer for my teammates. Let's see how they're doing. All right. Well, none of us won, so I suppose at the end, we all got crushed, which does happen. I think this deck was good for... this goes back a little bit just to finish the post-mortem. Packs 2 and 3, my first 2 picks were just zeros, close to zeros, right? So when that happens, then you end up on the back foot against people who have spent their first couple picks on good cards, and this deck really did feel like it was just a couple cards short of being great, or at least good. It was decent. It's just an ultimately fair deck. This is basically a Legacy Cube deck. In fact, I think This literally could be a legacy cube deck, and well, it's not a good place to be in vintage cube generally, having none of the vintage style cards. But even then, if I had like a Mana Leak and I don't know, a Remand, or just like one more thing, even like a fetch land and a volcanic, like 2 more lands, that would have taken this deck from probably like a 6.5 out of 10 to like an 8 out of 10. And you know, you saw the games. I got overpowered in a couple of them. In some of them, I think I ran pretty bad, but ultimately this deck's high end was just not as high. I mean, I did get the turn 1 Inti, turn 2 Oko draw. Like that's obviously the high end of the deck, and we did win that game. But I even just really lacked, I never got like a Ragavan force draw, or even just 1-drop, 2-drop plus force. And like that's one of the ways this deck can kind of steal games against better decks. But mid-deck, mid-record, and another loss. But that'll do it. I will be back tomorrow with another draft. I appreciate you watching. The wins and the losses. Sometimes we take a couple beats in a row, and sometimes we crush a bunch of drafts in a row, and I'm looking forward to the second part. I'll be back tomorrow with another cube draft, and I'll see you there. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. It helps out the channel, and you won't miss a single draft.